Hey everyone, it's Sebastian here at Kindle Business Pro. In this video, we have a question from one of the members inside of our Kindle Business Pro free Facebook group that is from Valerie. And she asked today how to gain more consistent business. So if you are looking to get your questions answered, you can hop in our free Facebook group. You can also look at our website and sign up for our newsletter. That's at kindlebusinesspro.com. And also, if you're just getting started and you need a list of all kinds of different supplies, I have a list at kindlebusinesspro.com/checklist of all the supplies we use here in this store and my other shops as well to run our business, from the supplies that we use, from the oils suppliers to the wax, to the melters, to the heat guns, to the vessel suppliers, everything that we use to run our shop, you can get that there on our website. So, all right, let's get into this question. So again, Valerie asked how to gain more consistent business. So to gain more consistent business, we have to be consistent. So that sounds kind of easy, right? But it's not necessarily that easy. So the first thing that we do is social media. I hate social media. I don't like being on social media, but we have to because it draws our business in the right direction. It pushes us forward, and it can get tiresome. Not knowing what to post. When it comes to posting on social media, we try to do a mix. We try to do posting products, but then also posting some making videos, right? So letting that customer go on that journey with us, those are the kind of posts that will get you the most engagement, at least for us. The photos that have me making candles, Chad making candles, coming up with different scents, letting them know that something's coming. Those are the posts on social media that generally are gonna get us the most engagement. And it also creates some excitement, some buzz around what you have coming. So the other posts where we say, hey, this candle is now on sale, or hey, here's a new line that we released, those do okay, but not nearly as well as the images or videos where people are seeing us in the process of kind of running our business and making product for them. We don't like to just surprise people and say, oh, brand new, here's this candle line, buy now. That doesn't create a buzz. They're not excited about that. They didn't go on that journey with us. I always stress to members that are inside of our inner circle where we focus on the business growth. I always stress to them, even if you don't have a business line ready to sell yet, start posting on social media. Let people go on that journey with you so that day when you open up your doors, you will be surprised at how many people will be there to support you. So in my video that I did on our journey to $1 million in sales, I stress in there how we let customers go, or our friends, family, and future customers go on a journey with us for about 2 months of, hey, we're starting this thing, we're making candles, and let them go on that entire journey, from deliveries coming in to us making candles, to us failing, to us picking ourselves back up and keep trying. Let them go on that journey with us. And then when we opened our doors, our Shopify store, in those first 2 days, we did over $2,000. It was exciting. Then, of course, the buzz goes down because you don't have a following base yet to support you consistently like that. And then you got to really start putting in the hard work on the business side. But be consistent with your social media. So where should you post? That's going to depend on where your customer is. Another thing that we always focus on with people that are doing any of our courses or just in our membership is you've got to focus on who your customer is. Think of your customer before you think of the product that you're going to make, because you need to have the person in mind that's going to be buying your product. So we can make beautiful candles. They smell amazing. And then here's the day that I'm ready to sell them. I got my website all built and I have nobody to sell to because I don't have anyone in mind. I want to sell to everyone. Unfortunately, if you try to sell to everyone, you're going to sell to no one. Okay. So that's kind of my motto when it comes to that. You have got to focus on someone. What is your niche? And then who is your target audience within that niche? So those are things that you've got to understand. I talk about it a lot in my videos, is knowing exactly who your customer is and focus on them. Sure, you're going to get those other shoppers that will discover you and buy from you, become longtime fans and customers, hopefully, but that's not who you're focusing on. You've got to focus on a very small niche of people and have your brand just focusing just on them. So hopefully that's something that you have considered. If not, I would take a pause and look at who you are trying to sell to. Okay. So that's the first thing, is social media. So also when you know who that target customer is, where are they at? You don't need to be on all the social media platforms. Again, I don't like being on social media as much. It's a lot and it's always changing, and there's so many different platforms and what's new, what's going away, what's trending. Our customer isn't on TikTok. That's not my customer. Sure, if I posted on TikTok every single day, would we get some sales out of it? Possibly. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I can do the videos well enough to make the video exciting for TikTok. So I don't focus on TikTok. Have we tried stuff like that in the past? Of course. Growing, when we first opened our business up, we didn't know how to make $1 million candle business. Like, we had to try and go through lots of struggles, lots of pain points to get to where we are now. And it's always evolving. So we don't have it all figured out. But I just know that my energy isn't in trying to create TikToks. We do Instagram and Facebook. And one of the reasons we do that is they're kind of the older platforms that's where our customers know those platforms. That's where our customers are. They're not on X, we're not getting sales off of the old Twitter or Threads or TikTok, or I'm sure there's others out there. Blue Sky, I think, is a new one. We just focus on the Facebook and Instagram. And what's nice about those for us and for convenience is Chad will make the posts and then he can schedule them out so that we're not forgetting, because posting every single day is tough, but you've got to post all the time. So again, it doesn't always have to be product. You can be posting about the behind the scenes, but then go on that journey with you. And then occasionally throw in that personal life story. Hey, we're going on a vacation. Here's a couple of photos, whatever you're comfortable sharing. Of course, don't overshare if you don't want to, but it really connects with your audience that ends up supporting you at some point, and they feel that connection with you. So that's one way of going about social media. Now, the most important thing for us in staying consistent is emails. So I always stress all my videos, I talk about emails, collecting emails, whether you're selling online, selling to friends and family, selling out at markets on the weekends, collect emails. So I have other videos on how to collect emails to build up that list, but you've got to collect these emails and you've got to be consistent with emailing them. So our customer base knows they're going to get an email from us every single week, and it's going to talk about a product that we have coming out. It's going to talk about some give back we've done in the community. So it's a worthy read. It's not just sell. It's talking about what we have going on in our Kindle business. And then it will have links to our website, of course, changing of the season. It's been snowing and now we've got a sunny day. So here's a Hello Sunshine candle. Check it out and try to sell them that way. But make sure that your emails aren't going to be just focused on just selling. So that is in our emails, you've got to be consistent with, is so that they expect it every single week. So they know it's coming. They're going to open it up. Instead of sending out those sporadic emails every 2 or 3 weeks, try to stay on top of it. Now, if you're not comfortable with sending out an email every single week, then do it every 2 weeks. But it's something that you got to be consistent with. And if you use a software like Klaviyo or something, it'll show you what kind of results you get from emails, how many people clicked on it, and then how much money you ended up generating from sales from those emails, excuse me. And that can kind of serve as motivation. So we see what kind of emails we send out that end up doing really well for us. So we create more of those emails because it'll actually put a dollar amount of people that read the email, clicked on it, went to my website, bought candles, and then we know, that email worked. So we'll make more of those. What else? Candle of the month. We do a candle of the month, which is a way for us to stay consistent. We have a candle membership that our customers can sign up for. I have other videos about that, or you can certainly ask about that as well. We do workshops about this inside of the inner circle with our members of getting them set up to do a candle of the month subscription. But that is a way that you can stay consistent and getting your product out into your customers' hands, and they know that it's coming. And that also helps you to create social media, because now you have a reason to create social media every single month, and that also gives you another reason of doing an email. So because we're putting out a product consistently, we now have other reasons to fulfill those other avenues that we should really be targeting our customer through. So, and then repetition events. When we do these markets, there's a couple markets. So even though we have 3 stores now, and we've kind of outgrown the availability of time to do markets on the weekends, like that's where we got our start. I highly recommend everyone do markets. It doesn't matter what area you're in, there's got to be some kind of market you can get into, because it's the best way of getting direct feedback from customers about the product that you have in front of you. You can know whether someone buys your candle or not. You can see the reaction on their face when they pick up a candle and smell it, and you can get feedback just from that. Even if they don't have the funds to purchase that candle that day, you can get some really good feedback. You can ask some questions. So I highly recommend doing events and doing repetition with those. We still do some of the same events from when we first started, and the customers know we're there. And that just draws them to us. They know we're going to be there. They come, they stock up from us. So again, you do not have to have a storefront for that. You're going to have those customers that are going to come back and see you consistently whenever you show up consistently for them. So hopefully this is just a few ways that you can stay consistent in your business. Again, you can always reach out to us, hop in the Facebook group, ask us questions. I'll hop on video here to answer them for you. I like to make these really candid, kind of off the cuff. But these are just ways that we are consistent. Whenever you have a retail store like us, you're consistent with your hours. We got to be open every single day from opening to close. It's very hard on our customer when they show up to our shop and we're not open. So it's the exact same thing with being online. For instance, if you have just a Shopify store or an Etsy store, any of those things, totally fine. Make sure your products aren't all sold out. Whenever someone goes to your website and they want to buy something, if you're not consistently having that product available, if it's sold out, then they're going to think that if they buy that, buy these other products, if they love it, they're not going to be able to buy it in the future. So that's one other thing. If you have something marked as sold out on your website, if you don't plan on making that again, take it off your website, put it in draft mode, something else, or make enough product or have it to where you can oversell the product. In Shopify, you can actually mark it inside of the product page that you can oversell. And then so that whenever someone buys it, then you just hurry and make it and you get out in the next couple of days. So hopefully this has helped you a little bit. Again, you can get other resources, free downloads from us at candlebusinesspro.com. Thank you so much.